Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 12th of September. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Whitehaven Coal, Charter Hall, MAA Group, Xero and Igeo Group. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best recommendations come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So make sure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like my personal help now in managing your portfolio, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So we've got the daily chart here of Whitehaven. It's one that we've looked at before. It was generally trading in a bit of a channel there, and we could see that the sort of unsustainable rally there in early July saw it hit the top of the channel and turn. So, obviously that was the sell signal, and it's sort of fallen to the bottom of the channel, tried to bounce, but then it's broken. So obviously it's we could still see it falling. The volumes are very heavy on the downside. Look, it is coming up oversold, but we don't see evidence yet of a bounce. I think even if you do get a bounce, at best you would see it maybe come back to the underneath of the channel, maybe in that sort of $7 region, and then there'll be a lot of resistance up there. Okay, Charter Hall. So you've got sort of a situation here where there was a clear sort of resistance level and you had a breakout on volume. So, that would have been the buy signal, but, in some respects it was up so much on the day near the old high, it would have been hard to get set. I can imagine you'd wait for a pullback, but instead it just continued going. Here it gave you a little consolidation several days ago, and then it's continued on again, sort of initially with a bit of volume, but the volume is starting to die off. So it is looking a bit stretched. No reversal signals yet, but possibly because of how stretched it is, you could use this as an opportunity to at least trim some of the position. MAA Group, if we have a look at the weekly chart, so we had a situation here where it was obviously trending higher, and then it looked like it was undergoing a consolidation, potentially in preparation of a move higher, but as we could see here in August, a very negative candle. So sort of bearish engulfing candle. You've got this sort of big amount of volume on the way down, breaking support. So it now looks like that's basically a topping phase. At this stage, we'd have to say it's topping out, and we can see since that negative week, price action still remains pretty poor. It's hovering down here. So you'd have to say that risk is to the downside. No evidence yet that it's ready to bounce again. Xero, so obviously it's still trending higher, so trending quite nicely. Interestingly, if we have a look at the daily chart just for the past year, it's pretty much respected this uptrend line pretty well, except for this brief period at the start of August. So still trending. Most recently we had it move up to a new high for the year, and then consolidate. So it looks like a little bull flag. So all of that's a positive, and it just looks like it's getting ready to continue moving higher. Okay, finally Igeo. So it's obviously been sliding. In the first half of this year, it looked like it was potentially basing, and then you had that sort of break there, and it's continued to slide. But interestingly, since June, the RSI has been trending higher while the share price has gone lower a bit. So quite a bit of bullish divergence, which is a positive. The other positive is yesterday's sort of outside day, bullish engulfing, whatever you want to call it. So quite positive, and I think the stock was even ex-div on that day as well. A lot of volume, so potential reversal here. It's only one day. I think you'd want to see, this little zoom in. So you've got this little sort of peak here, so sort of around 560-ish. There's a bit of resistance, and then you've got this high at this point just above $6. So ideally you'd want to see it get above this line, get above that line, and then you could start to feel a bit more comfortable that a low's potentially in place and you're going to get some sort of recovery. Okay, well that's all for this week. So if you have a request, send it through and I'll try to cover it next Thursday.